Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So just in time, I think we just cracked 90K once again. And we may be heading a lot higher during this stream because Bitcoin's massive rally is just the beginning. That's right. So let's talk about what's going on today. There are a lot of things to talk about and where Bitcoin is going. Let's talk about it, and let's talk about what's going on with some of these memes that are also blowing up right now. All right, let's do it. Welcome, 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 guys. And yes, we have just broken Bitcoin's all-time high once again. 90,200, $400. And today is going to be a very good day. I have a feeling we are going straight up to the moon today. I will show you guys something. I think we are going to around 95,000 today, guys. And I have a really good feeling we're going to go up that high today. Now that we have broken 90,000, we are in new all-time high territory. We tried 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and the sky is clear. Man, we have come up so fast. And this is why I told you guys to stay strong, stay focused, continue to ignore the FUD and ignore the volatility, ignore the naysayers, and continue to DCA, and you will be rewarded. And you are being rewarded right now with $90,000 Bitcoin, and we are going to continue on this rally. And I'll show you guys why I think we're going to go into 95,000 in a little bit. But man, markets, US markets turning green. Of course, you got Big Daddy Sailor's MicroStrategy again forming a new high along with Bitcoin. Of course, up another 4%. You got Coinbase up another 3%. And it's not just Bitcoin going up. You got, of course, you have a lot of memes going up. And a lot of that is due to this new DOGE, was a Department of Government Efficiency that was announced yesterday, led by Elon. And he's, he's going to be a big part of our government soon in the US. And of course, what does Department of Efficiency, Government Efficiency spell? DOGE, and DOGE is going crazy, right? So yeah, and Bitcoin is just certainly going crazy right now. And it's 91,000. We're not going to stop. And look at Doge. Doge is going just as crazy right now. Today's gonna be a good day. If you haven't picked that up yet, I think it's a little too early for Blue Label at 8:34 a.m. in the morning. But continue on. We also got some inflation numbers today, and it was in line with expectation. This is what I've been saying. As long as inflation numbers or economic data going forward are in line or close to expectations, as long as they're not like really bad, markets will handle it just fine, right? And I don't anticipate anything being really, really off going forward because, we have rate cuts now. That's trying to fix things. And unless the analysts are really bad at predicting things, I don't expect any of these numbers to be really, really off. Or maybe they just fudge their numbers. I don't know, but it's looking pretty darn good so far. So, I mean, this should have today's markets looking pretty good, especially the Bitcoin and crypto related stocks. They will all fly. Anything related will fly. Tesla is flying because of the Elon effect. I mean, everything in between is going to fly. Same thing with ETFs. I expect today's ETF numbers to be absolutely monstrous at the end of the day. Yesterday was not too bad either. After we got BlackRock's numbers, we got a total net inflow of 817 million. Not as good as the previous 1.1 billion, but still, we are getting to a point where it's very common for us to approach $1 billion of inflow every single day. And we're getting to that point where you have to ask, is there enough Bitcoin to go around? Last time I checked, I should check. I should do it on air during Q&A. Last time I checked, Arkham only found about $30 billion worth of Bitcoin from Coinbase. That's how much they have in total to sell. If the ETFs are buying $1 billion a day, do the math, that's only enough for 1 month. It's not like it's going to last 30 years. That's 1 month's worth of supply. So after Coinbase runs dry, where else is the Bitcoin going to come from? I mean, that's a legitimate question. Someone has to answer that. No one I have met so far have given any good answer. These ETFs, they need $1 billion worth of Bitcoin every single day. And I can't imagine anyone having more Bitcoin than Coinbase. I can't imagine Kraken or Gemini or anyone else having more than $30 billion worth of Bitcoin. And even, let's just say, in a perfect world, they all did. Let's say in cumulative, they have $100 billion worth of Bitcoin. That only lasts 3 months. Then what happens afterwards? I still don't know. They better be asking this question, because after 3 months, what's going to happen? What's going to happen when Larry Fink calls up Brian Armstrong and says, hey, I need $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. And Brian Armstrong's like, I'm sorry, I don't have that. Then what? Then Bitcoin's go skyrocket more to the moon is what's going to happen. But I'm truly wondering what's going to happen. We're not even in 2025. We're still in November 2024, guys. I just don't know. And it's just crazy to think about how fast we're moving now. Imagine when we're actually in December. And then imagine when we're actually in 2025. It's going to be absolutely crazy. You got more whales outside ETFs. You have more whales that's just buying. I've been showing you guys endless data about billions upon billions of new Tether being minted, new Tether being deposited into exchanges, old Tether being deposited into exchanges. And what does that amount to? Amounts to a lot of new buying. You have a lot of Bitcoin being bought and being put into wallets. You got a ton of just overall buying left and right. Not just Bitcoin. This is why alts are going up, why memes are going up. We got over $100 billion, like roughly $150 billion worth of stable coins sitting on the sidelines, waiting to enter the market. And this is what FOMO looks like. Actually, this is what the beginnings of FOMO looks like, because not everything's pumping right now, guys, right? We got a few things that are pumping. Not everything's pumping. When you wake up and you see everything in your portfolio up like 20 or 30%, that's when it's true FOMO. Right now, it's like selectively, few things are up. It's not FOMO right now. It's just like selective FOMO, but it will get there. But the good thing is, all of you guys, all of the long-term holders that's been watching me and's been in the game, you guys are in the profit right now by a long shot. And today's Wednesday, so today will be very interesting when I show my DCA portfolio, because it should be up to the moon right now, right? And I've been doing that since 2021. It's been rough at times. I've had that portfolio go down like minus 60%. And now it's up, way up, right? But it could be up more because the alts haven't fully recovered, but Bitcoin is just like leading the way. But long-term supply holders control 78% of supply. And almost all of that is all-time high. Actually, all of it should be in profit. There should be no one in a loss because we're at an all-time high. We're at 91,000. There should be literally 0% of the supply being at a loss, unless you just bought at 91,000 and now we're down a little bit and maybe you're at a loss temporarily, but there should be 0% of the supply at a loss right now. That's how terrific it is. And I don't think we're going to stop at 91,000 either. And there are many shorts getting absolutely wrecked right now. And that's what we want. We don't care if shorts get wrecked. We care if longs get wrecked. But we don't care if shorts get wrecked. Shorts could get wrecked. No one sheds a tear for them. All right. We got another group, AI firm Genius Group, surged 66% after Bitcoin first strategy. Again, it boggles my mind why everyone on Wall Street that's a public trade company does not implement a Bitcoin strategy. Metaplanet from Japan is skyrocketing to the moon. MicroStrategy is skyrocketing to the moon. Any company that adopts a Bitcoin strategy is skyrocketing to the moon. Here's another company that's proving that. Why are people not doing that? I don't get it. I just don't. I just don't get it. It's such an easy thing to do. There's so many firms that have a huge surplus of cash. Even the big tech giants like Nvidia and Apple and Microsoft. Hey, by the way, Microsoft is going to vote on whether or not they should buy Bitcoin in December. And with Bitcoin being so hot right now and going up, there's actually maybe a better chance of them buying it now, because Bitcoin is proving itself to be a really good asset to hold. Imagine during that shareholders meeting, if Microsoft actually ends up, if the shareholders vote yes, and Microsoft ends up buying Bitcoin and putting on their balance sheet. That would be absolutely nuts. But I mean, honestly, it sounds nuts, but it really isn't nuts, because every company on the planet should be doing so. Bitcoin is the best hedge against inflation. I mean, all the Bitcoin maxis been saying that forever. I've been saying that forever. People laughed at that notion, but you go back 10 years, you go back 5 years, you go back year to date, there is no better performer than Bitcoin. It is the ultimate hedge against inflation because of the scarcity factor. And it's still going. All right. 200 moving day, moving average. 200 weekly moving average. It's showing that, yeah, we have started moving. But if you're looking at the colors, we're not in the orange. We're not in the yellow, which means we got a long way to go, my friends. We got a long way to go. And that will end sometime in 2025. Sometime in 2025. So, again, we're moving so fast right now. I called 100K by the end of this year. I said, I forgot what I predicted before, somewhere between 100 and 110,000 by the end of the year. I think that's what I said before. But the way we're going, we could be at 100,000 by the end of this week. And we're at 100,000 by the end of this week. We could be at 100 and I don't know. If we're at 100,000 by the end of this week, literally we could be at 120,000 by the end of this month. And if we're at 120,000 by the end of this month, we could be at 150,000 by the end of December. I'm being very aggressive, obviously, with my predictions. I mean, at some point we're going to top out and retrace and go sideways a little bit, but you know, maybe come January, you know, after the Santa rally, we may come down. You know, let's just say a perfect scenario, we hit 150 in January, you know, but a lot of times, you know, January, February, March are actually really aggressive. So we may actually go up really crazily from January to March. We may even go up even more. We may go up to 200,000 by March. But then at some point we'll retrace down quite heavily. But I'm just saying, you know, the way we're going right now is just so unpredictable. Or maybe we don't go up so fast. But man, it's really hard to predict at this point. But my point is, yeah, you know, some people have asked me, when are we going to get these sell-offs? Because in previous cycles, we have seen some crazy sell-offs. Some like 30%, 40% sell-offs. At some point, we will see it. Maybe we see it at the end of the month. Maybe we see it in December. Maybe we don't see it until March. We saw, you know, a couple times where March is a sell-off time. We just don't know. Right now, all I do know is we just barely started, and 100,000, 115,000 may be the first stopping point, right? We'll see. We'll see. But it's just getting nuts. Here's something else that's interesting. This is not just a normal Bitcoin chart. This is not Bitcoin versus USD. This is Bitcoin versus the M1 money supply. And this is the first time in history where Bitcoin is actually breaking out relative to the M1 money supply. And that's pretty significant. That's pretty significant. I don't know why it's significant. I haven't figured it out yet, but I know it's significant in some way. I just don't know. I just don't know what that means yet, but I'm going to figure it out for you guys. Anyways, outside of Bitcoin, I know it's trying to really break through 91, but once it does, get ready. We're going to head to like 95 after it does. But besides Bitcoin, Dogecoin is going crazy, obviously because of the Department of Government Efficiency. Because of that, Dogecoin is going crazy. If it breaks through its recent high of 43 cents, it may be just heading directly to 70 cents. And, you know, in South Korea, Upbit and BitHub, you know, they're going crazy. There's a premium now on those exchanges. And it's going absolutely nuts. But, of course, there are others. Like right now, people have mentioned Pepe's going crazy. I didn't even know. They got listed on Robinhood today, and they're up like crazy. Bonk was going crazy yesterday. There's like a newcomer, Peanut, that people have mentioned that was shilling yesterday. But be careful, because whenever a lot of people shill something new, it's usually a top indicator. But there's like Goat, and then you got Mog and Popcat and Sheep and others that are all with, you know, they're probably all going to join in on the fun, because usually when you have one that leads like Doge, the money starts flowing into all the other memes, and yeah, and then that's, you know, how it follows, right? So I expect all the memes to like start getting really crazy soon, led by Doge. All right. And the last thing I'll show you guys is this. The liquidation heat map. So this looks very different than yesterday. I think a lot of people at night closed their shorts knowing that today could be very dangerous. But you could see, like up here, we liquidated a whole bunch right here, 16.5 million, around a 90.5, and then 15 million and 90.7. We just liquidated about 10 million, about 90, about 91, and we're pressed against that right now. But if you look at up here, what I used to call walls, but levels, right? Going all the way up to 95,000. This is why I think we may end up at 95,000. We have these levels, but they're very little. They're not that much. Here's one at 91.2 at 13. Here's 91.5 at 12. 91.8 at 14, and it goes on and on and on, right? So we got these little mini walls to liquidate. All these guys, all these shorts are feeling the pressure right now. Okay. And here's the thing. If we have a good push all the way up to 95,000, all these people will get liquidated, but look at what's above 95 to 99,000. Like nothing. Nothing is above there. So if we actually have a good push to 95,000, the sky is absolutely clear from 95 to 99. So what I'm saying is this. If we have a good push to 95K like this morning, and that push doesn't stop, we could see $100,000 by tonight. There's nothing stopping us. I mean, literally above 95, the liquidations become non-existent because no one is shorting at that point. There's nothing above it. This is on Binance, by the way. Obviously, there's other exchanges, but Binance is the biggest exchange out there. So, I mean, look at that. So now we liquidated another 14 million at 91.4, and then another 14 million at 91.6. We're getting to, we're almost getting to 92 now. We're really clearing out these levels or these walls. If we break through 95, we're getting to like 6 figures tonight. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. You know, like I said this last night. I'm like, as good as this pump is right now, I kind of wish we slowed down a little bit because it's becoming really hard to accumulate. Like $92,000 for a single Bitcoin. That's tough. That's rough. I see Suit says I put my whole net worth in Bitcoin. Finally go pay off. Congratulations. I'm sorry, I haven't been watching the super chats. So Chris says MSTRB at 1,000. Ronan says just sold off the rest of my SPY. My Roth was about 80%, but honestly, I see Bitcoin is less risky than overall market cap at this point. I mean, yeah, Bitcoin is just like, I mean, look at MicroStrategy up 7%. Coinbase not as good at 2%. MicroStrategy is just like going to the moon right now. They are worth $77 billion. I've been telling my best friend for years upon years to buy Bitcoin. And I still think to this day he hasn't bought Bitcoin. And I told him to buy MicroStrategy, and I don't think he bought MicroStrategy. I should update my thumbnail and my title. Man, we're about to crack 92 soon. This is getting nuts. I can't even draw any lines. I did draw this line that's pretty darn accurate. I mean, this trend line right here. So last night we kind of broke below, but then you could see we were hugging it even on the downside. And then I saw we started hugging it and then we broke above. I mean, that's pretty darn accurate too. I don't know if we're gonna draw some more lines here. Maybe we'll do something like this. If we're gonna go in the channel pattern, something like that, possibly. So if that's the case, Bitcoin may end up at 93.7. 93.7 or 94 before maybe retracing down and then heading up. I don't know. I don't know if I have enough data for that. We'll see. According to the liquidation levels, I think we just go straight up to 95. And if we break through 95, we'll just like head straight to 100,000. Classic Trading's asking, will Cardano go to all-time high this cycle? I certainly hope so. In every cycle they have so far, they're really down from their previous high, but there's always a chance. There's always a chance for them. Troy Crypto, I'm calling it super cycle incoming, National Reserve, mass institution, plan Bs, stock to flow, it's going to deliver. I think super cycle makes a lot of sense. The mass institutional adoption from ETFs, that's the biggest. And the National Reserve, if that actually happens, those two combined will make it a super cycle because no one's going to be selling after 2025. We may get corrections. We always do. 20, 30% corrections, yes. But this prolonged 2-year crypto cycle, crypto winter going down, 80%, I just have a hard time seeing that going forward. And it's unfortunate too, because at this point, you actually kind of want to see that happen, to go down 80% so that you could actually buy back cheap. Otherwise, if it doesn't happen, there's no more opportunity to buy cheap Bitcoin. So you kind of wish it would happen again, but I don't think it will. Record Kanai. Please review Tashi's new update. I need to review Tashi altogether. I've met Ken many times on my travels. He's a really nice guy. And he was one of the main developers of Hedera. And he has done it better with Tashi, but I don't know anything about the new update. Donovan says, I can't wait to take you shopping. I will let you take me shopping. Javier, appreciate it. Pepe pumped because of Robinhood listing. WIF is doing pretty well. Bonk is taking a breather. Doge looking pretty good. Bitcoin looking fabulous. Oh, Pepe's Coinbase later today. See, I knew it. This morning, it was pumping. I'm like, I'm guessing it probably got some Coinbase news, and people were like, no, it got listed on Robinhood. I knew that wasn't the case, or it's both. Whatever. I was still right. It's just a matter of time. Coinbase listed them. They want the trading volume. I don't think we'll hit 100K during this stream, but you know what? If we keep going, look at this. Look at these guys right here, all liquidated. Man, there's not that much between where we are and 95,000. We just keep pushing to 95,000. The sky is clear between 95 to 100. Oof, there's just not that much. Just look at it. Above 95,000, it's like nothing. Sky is clear. You got 8,300 people watching right now. The FOMO is back. Overall market's not doing too well today. And see, here's the thing too, right? Tonight, if you guys want to see how the DCO portfolio is doing, tune in tonight. That's when I'm going to check it. Here's the other thing too. As Bitcoin and everything else is pumping, it's going to draw in more FOMO because like a day like today is a pretty calm day, and people are like, they go like check here in crypto and see, oh my God, Bitcoin's pumping, Ether's pumping. Well, XRP's not pumping, Litecoin's not pumping. They need to get rid of these. CNBC needs to get rid of Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin and XRP and put like Solana on here, put Doge on here. You know, put something else on here. Maybe put Pepe on here or something. And it's going to drive some more excitement rather than, you know, these three. But anyways, you know, so as things go higher, they're going to want to like look at something else that is going to keep on moving their portfolio, right? They're not going to want to like look at, oh, NASDAQ is down or S&P is down. It's going to drive more FOMO. Lazaro, thank you. Yup. Got work. Thank you. Crypto market, 3 trillion market cap. That's right. 4%. 4% in a single day. We're above 3 trillion. I did say by the end of this cycle, I said it would not surprise me we end up at a 20 trillion market cap. And, you know, I think we could end up there that way. Right now it's being led by Bitcoin. But, you know, the alts and everything hasn't really moved. Once they start moving, the market cap is going to start moving really fast. 20 trillion I know is aggressive. Maybe we don't get that high, but it's going to be somewhere between 10 to 20 trillion. That I'm sure of. Somewhere between 10 to 20 trillion. Do you think, Savage Pepe, do you think Bitcoin's price was actively being suppressed the last couple of months? It wasn't being suppressed, but it does look like a lot of people were sitting on the sidelines, afraid to buy pre-election. I think a lot of people were afraid that Trump was not going to get elected, so they were not buying. But and then afterwards, they all start buying. I think that's ultimately what happened there. Oops, I realized I was on the wrong camera, and this is a horrible. I think that's what it looked like. Like, people were afraid that he was not going to win. Okay, something happened to my camera. There we go. Yeah, that looks bad. I'm just going to keep it on my normal one. And then, you know, they just weren't buying. But now they are. And MCT just joined, did a 50x long and did a 50x short, turned 304K. Congrats. ETH is still, man, I mean, ETH has some momentum, it's just not as strong. ETH is still way off from its March high. Not way off, but I mean, it was at like 4,000 something. So still like 20% off. Sol broke through its March high, although not barely above. I wish Sol would move a little bit more. Pepe is coming down from its pump from this morning, but still up about 20 or 30%. Doge did a crazy pump recently, coming down a little bit. With crypto going crazy, what percentage do you keep in cash? See, this is the thing. Like, this is for everyone to figure out. You know, like I've always said, 20, 25, 30%, you know, you figure out what's best for you. As we go higher and higher and higher, you can start keeping more in cash, right? So let's say after we break 100K, if you are at 20%, you can now do 25% cash and just keep on going higher, right? So that's for you to figure out. Depends on how aggressive you want to be or how conservative you want to be. If you want to be conservative, you could be higher, like 40% cash or 50% cash. It's really up to you. There's no right or wrong answer. What's the best cold wallet? I use Ledger, but it's crap. Why is it crap? And which one did you use? I mean, I used most of them. They're all kind of the same. Thoughts on XRP pumping? You know what? I don't know why XRP pumped at all, but it's good that it's holding at 70 something cents. It had a real problem holding above 60 something cents. And now that it's holding at 70 something cents, that's good. That's really good. When do you think Sol will get relisted on Robinhood? Robinhood has been on top of their crypto games, no fees. I have no idea. I don't use Robinhood, so I have no idea. Ripple met with Trump. Oh, okay. It seems like anyone that mentions anything with Trump, it skyrockets. Charles Hoskinson said he was going to be advisor to Trump, and ADA skyrocketed. But what does that mean? I guess Ripple met with Trump and it skyrocketed, but like, does that mean anything? Where do you think Polygon will be by the end of this bull run? No, I really don't know, man. I was really bullish on Polygon, but they seem real lost these days. They split into two chains. I've been hearing on the back end, a lot of developers are leaving. In fact, they're not just leaving. Polygon themselves are pushing them away, especially the game developers. Their chain can't handle a lot of transactions. So, and they're really threatened by the other L2s. So, you know, I don't know. They seem to be caught in a bad spot right now. Do I use multiple cold wallets? If so, why? No. Keep in mind, cold wallets mean nothing. I do keep multiple copies of my recovery phrase. That's important. Cold wallets mean absolutely jack shit. Okay? Cold wallets protect nothing. The recovery phrase, which is essentially your private key, that's what's the most important thing. Again, people don't understand that concept. Your cold wallet means absolutely nothing, just like your hot wallet means absolutely nothing. It's your key that means something. And that's what a recovery phrase is. It's just a way to decrypt your key. You need to secure that. If you don't secure that, anyone that gets access to your recovery phrase, they can steal your crypto without your cold wallet. So your cold wallet means absolutely nothing. So you don't need multiple. You need multiple copies of your recovery phrase in case you forget, in case it burns up, in case there's water damage, in case someone, I don't know, you need to give it to your spouse or something like that. That's the most important thing. Just Neo, is it still good to DCA? Yeah. Unless you think this is the top for Bitcoin or top for any of these crypto. I don't think so. Matthew says, I'm starting to feel dirty. This is just the beginning, my friend. For people that are just pure Bitcoiners, you're probably feeling dirty. For people that are holding alts, not so much yet, but you will. How high do you think there's a chance that ADA reaches $5? I don't know. ADA reached almost like $3 last cycle. So can they do it this cycle? If I had to give a percent, I'd say, yeah, they have a good chance. I don't know about $5. At least back to the previous high, yes. To go back a little bit above that, yeah, I'd say yeah. Stefan says, George, I've been holding since 2017. I don't feel dirty. Then I don't know what you've been holding, man. You must be holding XRP. If you've been holding XRP since 2017, then I understand why. Japanda, BDC is trending at X here in Eastern Europe again, looking great. Time to sit and be right. It should be trending everywhere. There should be nowhere. It should be on the front page of CNBC right now. There we go. Bitcoin tops 91,000 first time as investors digest post-election gains. Elon will attend Trump's meeting with the House Republicans. I mean, seriously, why is Elon attending a meeting with the House Republicans? What is... I guess this Department of Government Efficiency is actually a real thing. It's supposed to be a joke, but now it's turning into a real thing where he is actually going to make suggestions, I guess. Hey, Trump is smart enough to realize that, hey, Elon is a genius and maybe he can help fix things. I don't know. I don't know. As long as it pumps everyone's bags, I guess. Oh, I was gonna say, I need to find Arkham Supply. You know, I'll find that for tonight. I found Arkham's wallet for Coinbase before. It's probably gonna be taking me too long to find it right now, but oh, maybe I can. This is BlackRock's supply of Bitcoin. Let me see if I could just do a Coinbase. $112 billion. This is a hot wallet. I don't know about the cold wallet. Let me see if I just click into here. Addresses. Where's their cold wallet? Inflow, outflow. No, this is just showing Bitcoin overall. I want to see actually Coinbase itself. Is it safe to say that everything in the top 100 do a 2x this bull run? I would say that's safe to say. I'd say that's pretty safe to say. Yeah, I think I'll have to find, I don't know, holdings by each chain, portfolio. Maybe this is it, but I don't know. I think this is cumulative, including what their users and everything. So I don't think this is like everything they hold, but this shows in total in Bitcoin, they hold about 86 billion in value. I think this is like everything though, like all the users and everything they control. But there was one that actually broke down just like their cold storage wallet, like for the OTC. I'll have to find that out tonight. Yeah, I don't know which one it is. Man, Bitcoin does not want to stop. It really doesn't. I mean, you think that we would like retrace a little bit, take a breather, but it really does not want to stop. We're just pressing up, going up and up and up. You think stacks will follow BTC and hit 20? You know, stacks have been a little disappointing, to be honest. I thought stacks, you know, stacks used to follow Bitcoin in tandem, but it really hasn't been moving. I mean, look at, compared to its March high, it's nowhere close. It just went through its Nakamoto upgrade, and I covered that recently. And I figured it would have a little bit more momentum. It hasn't. You're saying it'll hit $20, 10x from here? By the end of the cycle, I think it has a chance. And it's on Coinbase too, so that's really good. There's a chance. But I honestly don't know why it actually lost momentum recently. It was really in tandem with Bitcoin, and just recently just like lost a lot of momentum. Man, Bitcoin just keeps on going. Keeps on ticking away. 91.8. Does not want to stop. Our previous high was like a little bit under 92. Andre, why did you promote and pump Harmony and now you're completely against it? Okay, let's roll that back. Because Harmony, once upon a time, was doing good. And DFK, a game, was the biggest DeFi project on Harmony. But then they went through a hack. And then I found out the team did nothing about recovering the hack and did some very shady things afterwards. So obviously with the new information, I do not like Harmony, so things have changed. So Andre, that's the reason. Don't try to spin it as if there was something nefarious about it, because things have changed. It's like anything in life. You like something, if they do something bad, then you learn from it and you move on. That's it. But that's why DFK, who I'm still very close with, I talk with Dreamer all the time. He helps me with the IFC. They have moved on to different chains. They have nothing to do with Harmony anymore. And no one wants anything to do with Harmony because of what they did and how they handled the hack and what they're still doing. Christian. Hey, George. Seems like Polygon might be a lost cause from what I'm seeing and what you said. What a shame. I mean, Sandeep isn't giving up from what I hear. It's not like he's giving up. So let's make that clear. So there's always a chance. But it does seem like he was caught off guard in 2021. Polygon was the biggest L1, L2. But then all the other L2s came out and he was caught off guard by Arbitrum, Optimism, Base, Metas, Scale, all these guys. And he just didn't know. You know, he just didn't, he wasn't prepared. That's it. Let's see. Man, we're gonna kill 92 or smash through 92. Man, I don't know if I should stay on this stream. It's too exciting to get off. Man, we're going to kill more shorts or liquidate more shorts. Right there, another 11 million. about to be liquidated. Is VeChain still worth holding on to? Yes, I just don't really agree with all the sustainability stuff that they're doing. So, I don't know. I mean, it's good for the earth. I get why Sonny likes it. There's nothing wrong with trying to help and, save the earth. But, I don't know, like, if that's really going to help the chain and bring a lot of volume to it. Maybe. Noel J, how much do you think Solana will reach by the end of the bull run? Like, 1,000, 2,000, somewhere between there. SCR, I mean, yes, they did it to themselves. Hattie, I don't know what you're asking. I cannot break out the blue label, James. A little too early for that. What do you think about tracking whale wallets for good alts to buy? Sure, but then whales are not like... They're not like fortune tellers. A lot of whales make a lot of mistakes too. A lot of people think that whales somehow are like geniuses. A lot of whales make a lot of mistakes too. So don't think that they're always right. Can you do a dive into Crypto.com's 2025 roadmap and your thoughts around it? No. I'm gonna be honest, no. Can I take off my laser eyes soon? Why? As we're getting hotter, why would you want to take off your laser eyes? Do you think which of the runes will be listed on Coinbase soon? I'm going to be completely honest. I don't follow runes at all. So I cannot tell you. I've never followed any of the runes or any of the ordinals. Wow, Coinbase actually went down. I think people are selling Coinbase to buy Bitcoin right now. But MicroStrategy's up. MicroStrategy continues to be up. Oh man, we're about to shatter 92,000. Oh. Around what percentage in your alts do you start taking big profits? I don't look at it that way, man. I don't. I just look at overall percentage of my portfolio in cash. When that starts diminishing too much, I take profits. I don't really, Michael, I don't look at it that way. I don't look at it like, oh, if I'm up 100%, I have to take some cash out. I just don't. I just go by feel. Like if I think I'm up too much with something, I just take some profits. That's it. Oof. We're technically about to break all-time high. This is like the third time we hit like 91. Oh, we're about to hit. Oh, we can't break 92. Can't do it. We're about to, but we can't. There we go. 92,000, guys. We hit 92,000 like briefly for a millisecond. Are we going to break through? Again, there's a big war going on right now at 92,000. Come on. Oh, looks like we won. Looks like we won. Surprised Coinbase hasn't crashed yet. I bet they've been preparing. Thoughts on Grok? Are you talking about the AI system or like the meme? The AI is awesome. Grok on X is actually really, really good. And it's free. It's awesome. Well, I don't know if it's free. I'm subscribed to that check mark, so maybe that's why I get it. What phone do I have? I wasn't using my phone. I was using the DJI Pocket 3. That DJI Pocket 3 is awesome. And I had to downgrade the quality just so I could upload it in time. The original footage on that is so spectacular. Oh man, we were not able to hold 92. That's why, you know, 100K easily, Sono. That's why, like, just yesterday, the prediction to hit 100K was still at like 40% or something like that. I'm like, we're already at 89. How could the prediction to 100K only be at 40%? Now that we're at 92, I wonder if the prediction to 100K by the end of the year is still like really low. I would put our prediction 100K at like 95% plus right now. What happens to Pepe after Coinbase listing? Is probably go pump. All right, guys. I hate to go with 9,000 people watching, but I don't know what else to say. Bybit. Bybit above 95. A little bit. A little bit. Favorite meme this run? I don't really have a favorite meme. What if I just like left and just kept the stream going? You think this you think the watching numbers will stay? You know, like people on Twitch, they just like stream for like 10 hours straight and the people just like leave and then come back and then they leave and come back. What if I did that? I just left this on for like 10 hours. No, that would be stupid. If I did that. Andrew, appreciate that. When is a time of gaming cryptos? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when gaming. Web3 stuff just isn't moving for games. What's your prediction on Chainlink? Chainlink is always like boring every cycle, but it just tends to slowly go up. Chainlink is so important in crypto. People don't realize it. If Chainlink collapses, every DeFi project would collapse. Almost every chain would collapse. Chains won't collapse, but every dApp that utilizes some kind of data fetch would collapse. That's how important Chainlink is. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get going. Stay strong. I'm going to stream tonight, and we'll see where Bitcoin is. It could be at 95,000. It could be at 100 freaking thousand tonight, guys. I don't know where we will be. But tonight will be DCA night, so enjoy your gains. And I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'll leave you with this note.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.